My name is Kgomotso Monthso. I'm the Regional Program Manager from the Child Rights Network for Southern Africa. There are numerous effects of climate change on children. If you look at the holistic development of the child, you look at the right to access education. Climate change affects children because most of the children depend on the support from their family through the agricultural outputs, livestock. And as a result of climate change, most of families have lost their livestock, and therefore they are unable to provide school fees for children. But in some instances, climate change led to child marriages because now, due to poverty and inability of families to provide for their children, girl children are used to be a source of income. As a result, they are forced into child marriage. And in some cases, children are forced to drop from school because the families and household could not afford. But most importantly, also, it affects the children's right to development and survival in terms of health and nutrition, because that is highly compromised. And therefore, it also affects their psychosocial well-being in many different ways, because it causes distress within the families. And if the families cannot afford, the children get highly distressed and frustrated, and as a result, this makes life difficult for children. And now we have number of child marriage increasing. We have number of children that have dropped out of school, and then they've turned into drug abuse. Some of them live and work in the street. Some of them don't have anywhere to go to access essential services. And as a result, their rights to development, survival, and participation is highly affected. Therefore, climate change holistically affects children's rights and well-being. Yeah, in some part of countries, it's estimated that between 30 to 45% young girls get married or get into forced marriage between the ages of 14 and 13. And also, if you look at countries like South Africa, the number of children living and working on the street has increased. The percentage is also around 30 to 45%. Also, we have children who are dependent on drugs, and also the statistics very high, and as a result, they're involved in crimes, petty crimes. I'm working for the Child Rights Network for Southern Africa, which is a regional network for all members within the SADC country. Currently, we are working with 11 SADC national child rights networks from the member states. Our core focus is to promote and protect the rights of the children. And we realize that climate change highly affects children. And we came here to be part of the AU Climate Summit, primarily because the voices of the children were forgotten and were left behind. So our role, amongst other things, is to amplify the voices of the children, to ensure that children influence issues that affect them. And it's our conviction that nothing for children without them. It is for this reason that we mobilize other development partners, our other regional networks, to come and ensure that children participate in the the inaugural AU Climate Summit, but most importantly, push for their issues to be included into the declaration. And we're happy that children were given the space to share their views and their declaration during the official closing ceremony. And part of what we're doing as CRUNSA is to ensure that we strengthen the child rights policy agenda, build child rights governance systems within the SADC region. At the moment, we have developed the SADC protocol on children, primarily to ensure that there is child rights governance systems that promote the rights for children, that push for public investment in children, that ensure that there's accountability framework. And we are also advocating for the establishment of the SADC Committee of Experts on the Right and Welfare of the Child. And to this effect, also, if noted, the impact of climate change on children, and one of the things that we felt that we never sit together as key stakeholders to address this issue. As a result, we are convening the Regional Child Rights Conference, which will take place in October, primarily to take stock on the reality of children as a result of climate change, also to look at what are the effect and impact of COVID-19. We'll be calling all member states from SADC 16 countries. calling children, development partners and business to come together and to firstly reflect on the reality of children within the SADC children, and subsequently to work together to develop the 5 years advocacy agenda that will ensure that we make SADC fit for children and we put children at the center.